Welcome to the house that Rodney built. Leahy turned into legacy. Parsegan renovated and Holtz restored. Notre Dame Stadium, the home of the Fighting Irish. And boy, do we have a fun one ahead. Top 10 team, target on their back, going on their road and right into the snake pit. As we'll see the number 4 team in the country, the Oregon Ducks, taking on the 14th ranked team in the land, the Notre Dame Fighting Irish. 48 Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack and Jesse Palmer with me. Guys, it's time to get it going. And the Ducks have been waiting and finally the moment is coming and the opening of the season. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Quarterback and running back set up in the pistol. One man in the backfield, and he gets it. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Man, oh man, and it's a play like that, a tackle by the linebacker that just galvanizes and energizes your entire team. I mean, the sideline even, David, they were going crazy after that hit.
Everybody goes nuts. And listen, when you have a linebacker that plays physical and downhill like that with bad intentions, that's usually a good starting point for a great defense.
This is the kind of game, a top 25 matchup in the early season, that you look for when you're trying to build your resume.
Yeah, these are so fun because as a player, you kind of get bored if you don't get challenged. But when you got an early season challenge like this, all the adrenaline, all the juice, Palmer, you're ready to rock and roll.
I love this. We've had this game circled for a long time because we learn a lot in these types of games. What are these teams about? Which conferences are better? You're going to get a lot of answers today.
He's got his man. And oh, he was off to the races after the catch, and they finally drag him down.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on third down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided on the biggest downs of this game, we're going to target our best player, and we're going to make sure that he gets looks. It doesn't matter what the coverage is, and you saw it right there on that play.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. He's looking to throw. He's going to fire deep. And it falls incomplete. But it could have been much, much worse as the defender was right there.
Well, the defender got his hand on that one, tipped it up in the air. Offense, man, they're lucky that one wasn't picked.
They'll try to move the chains on this 3rd and long from the 50. Snagged in the middle. It's Jones. They'll move the chains. Good execution on 3rd down. They've got it at the 41. These two guys, just on the same wavelength, they make clutch connections all the time.
And that's practice, man. That's all summer. That's all spring. Just so many hundreds and thousands of balls where you know exactly when that guy's going to break. You know he's a stud.
Deep shot for the end zone. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Nice job by the defense there, taking all throws away from the quarterback. He had nowhere to put that football in the field to play, so that ball obviously had to go out of bounds.
Quickly complete. Makes the catch, and he's brought down.
Well, we knew coming into this game, this offense was going to try and get this receiver involved and get him involved early. So here they are just finding an easy completion. It's not a touchdown, but they just want to get this guy lathered up and get him into a run.
Shotgun snap, wants to throw it on 3rd. Got his man quickly. Good tackle there to stop him short of the 1st down, and now they have to make a call. This offense has moved into plus territory, and they want to keep the heat on. They'll go for it on 4th down. Snags it over the middle. And he gets it out past the sticks, and Notre Dame will have a 1st down. A new set of downs after the completion. Wide receiver shows motion. Direct snap. What a tough-minded, hard-edged run. He gets it to the 24.
This running back just doesn't go down easily. It's just difficult for defenses to get him on the ground. Not overly huge, but if I'm an offensive coordinator, I'm going to continue to find ways to feature him and just, you know what, let his talent do the rest.
Quarterback flips it ahead quickly to the receiver. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
In these touch passes, it's so hard because there's always action off of it, right? If I fake this pass and I can run it up the gut or I can throw it and they just spread me out and make me defend so many things. And you can tell they got on the edge quickly, got the big first down.
They'll put the tight end in motion. They'll run it from the gun. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is. Amazing how many times an offensive holding penalty will stall a drive. We'll see if the offense can overcome it. Looking for a productive play on first down. Now the quarterback changing the original play call. From the gun, he'll try to throw. Time running out, and he goes down at the 34.
And he was held in check in game one, but you're not going to hold him in check for long. And right out the gates, getting a sack in the second ball game, that will not be his last sack of the season. This dude is a ball player.
Really need to find a productive play this time on second and long. He's looking to throw. Escapes the sack. Throws to the wideout. Tremendous awareness along the sideline and the ability to get the foot down for the big pickup.
You know, sometimes when you're throwing against zone coverage, you need time for the routes to develop. So nice job by the quarterback there, being patient, allowing his receivers to work themselves open.
If they can convert here, that type of play can really give you a shot of momentum. Dances away. Lets it go to the end zone. Right on the money to the outside. He dragged the toe. And how about the ball placement? Only the receiver could get it. This dude is just exceptional in every facet. So fluid, such a great route runner, and a big play there.
And money down, third down, find it. I mean, you want to find that matchup because he's going to win. And gets a good release, gets down the field. You see that's your playmaker, that's your guy. Get it to him, get the first down.
They'd love to start this quarter off with a touchdown right here. On the option. And the ball's out, and they're after it. Once that ball was loose, offense didn't have a chance. Defenders everywhere. It's a turnover.
Yeah, and you run conservative, and you're going to hand the football over, and you think nothing bad's going to happen. And, man, if he doesn't just cough it up, terrible timing. You get inside that 5-yard line ready to make a play, score some points, and instead the defense recovers the football.
So he took a chance by using a timeout on the challenge, and it comes back to bite him. We'll see if he needs that timeout later. The toss to the right. What a nifty run there to pick up the first down.
And on that run, he shows you his speed, speed, speed. When I think Oregon Duck running backs, LaMichael James, Kenyon Barner, Jonathan Stewart, I think about guys that are burners, and when they got into the second level, they were gone. That's exactly what this guy is right here.
He's brought down, solid pickup, but a little bit short of the first down.
Listen, running backs are not just running backs anymore. You're going to be a wide receiver in today's football. A great job sneaking out of the backfield, getting the football, letting them get some positive yards.
Defense a little too anxious there. They're just making it easier for this offense. The defense in a most benevolent move, giving the offense a new set of downs. Wide receiver coming across in motion. Quick pass on the fly motion. Hard running there. Just sort of a relentless run, getting everything that was available to him, and they'll mark him down at the 40.
And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all run after the catch. So pretty easy for a QB.
You wouldn't have been the only All-American in this booth, David, if I were allowed to have push passes when I was playing quarterback. I'll tell you that. It is so hard to defend. It's so hard to seal that edge, especially when this guy's full speed ahead coming around the inside.
The Ducks have it with a 1st and 10. The give to the back. A 7-yard pickup. It'll be 2nd and 3.
Yeah, this coaching staff, they're getting this offensive line lathered up and into a rhythm. Now they're letting them drive off the ball on 1st down on these running plays, and they're getting chunks of yardage.
They can really be aggressive after that last play. It's 2nd and 3. The Ducks are stopped, but not before getting the 1st down.
All right, nothing flashy there. He just did what it took to get the 1st down.
Now it's a 1st down from the 43-yard line. The hand to the running back.
And those physical runs take a toll. It might not be a big game now, but down the road, 3rd, 4th quarter, late in the ball games, they tend to turn into bigger runs.
After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. He's looking to throw. Unloads it left. Pass on the way. It's picked off. Looking for more room. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
Man, what a great break on the football. Nice job seeing it, squeezing. A lot of those defensive guys, man, they don't have great hands all the time. But you always, always remember your first interception. They'll always remember this moment.
Solid fundamentals on that tackle from this freshman.
And a lot of times you want those big plays. You want those splash plays. But sometimes you're going to take some losses. You're not going to run the football overly well. But if you continue to run it, you can at least create some balance. You at least have the threat of it. Otherwise, you're just going to abandon it, and now it's just going to be a passing game.
2nd down coming up. Wide receiver now comes in motion. On 2nd down, wants to throw it. Keeps looking downfield. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
In the last couple of weeks, man, you're getting a lot of consistency from this QB. And you got to love it as a play caller, man. You can drop him back. You can throw the ball a ton. You can trust him, getting the ball to different wide receivers. He's really in a good groove the last couple of games.
Fires to the right. And they can't make the play on 3rd down.
It's so nice when you know it's 3rd and long. You know a pass is coming. You worked on it all week. Get your feet set at the sticks. Understand that quarterback's got to be rushed. Get him off of his spot. Nice execution by this defense.
Fourth down, and the punt team sends it the other way. On the return, it's Case. Cover guys do their job, and they get him stopped at the 22-yard line. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick, Jesse.
No, you got to be able to finish drives, especially in this game if you're going to win. And, David, they've got to be able to eliminate the mental mistakes.
Yeah, and I don't think you get conservative or play it safe. You can trust your guy. I think you put the ball right back in his hands and let him do his thing.
With a first down, they'll snap it from the 32. Going to the running game. They finally get him on the ground, but the big running play moves the change for the first down.
And you're going to hear this guy's name a lot. They're going to ride the big fella. He's such a stud. They're going to build the offense around him. This is just game one, but you're going to get a lot of big runs from this cat.
They finally make the stop, but the big run is plenty to move those sticks for the first down.
Well, right away after picking up a first down, they go right back to their playmaker at running back, and I love the push they got up front, getting a hat on a hat, opening a huge hole for the back.
And you become so hard to defend when you can run the football successfully on first down. You're starting like that. Now, what opens up? Play action. Now you're making me play pass and run. This offense, if they can create that run physicality, now it opens up everything else.
Corners showing press. They want to be physical here. They'll throw it on first down. Unleashes one deep. Got it. He stopped just short of the goal line, but they'll have it first and goal from the one. And the Ducks in the hurry up. The give. And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Oregon. Lining up to add another. And the extra point makes it 7-0. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And they capped it off with a 1-yard plunge. And he takes this from inside the 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. So late in the half, this is really an opportunity, David, maybe to swing the momentum in their favor.
Dang right. There's no time to be conservative. We're a little bit down. Listen, I just think this is a point with the offense that they can prove. Like, we're here. We're going to create something now that we can build on in the second half.
Coach said all week he wanted to be aggressive. This is a great opportunity to show that right now. At the end of the first half, try and generate some momentum, score some points before going into halftime.
Going to throw it over the top of the D. And it's incomplete after taking a shot on second down. They're staring at third.
Listen, I know DBs don't catch the ball real well, but to be a defensive back, it's one of the hardest positions in football. You got to stay with these big, fast wide receivers and then try to go track the football and make a play. Great job making a play for his team there.
They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. The Irish send out the punt unit. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. He gets it away from his own end zone. Just enough time for one final play in this half. These quarters going to give them some space. He's going to pass. Pressure. He's going to let it go. The pass falls incomplete, and that's how we'll finish this half. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update. Ready to go here in the second half, and Notre Dame will kick it away. Not going to get a return here. They'll bring it out to the 25 as the kickoff sails through the back of the end zone. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. They keep it on the ground to open the third. Tackle is made at the 28 after a pickup of 3.
It's just simple. Simple first down run, showing your physicality, setting your offense up in a good spot.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7. He's looking to throw. And they got him for the sack.
Well, that's a great job getting the sack on the blitz there. And one thing Notre Dame has always seemed to pride themselves on defensively is hard-nosed, tough football, especially in the front seven. Linebackers that can play downhill and not just make plays in the running game, but get in the backfield and blitz the quarterback. And you saw all of that from him right there.
He's looking deep. Oh, what a grab by the defense. He'll try to take it back. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but the great return to give the offense tremendous field position.
And that's got to feel good, and that's a play this young man is never going to forget. His first interception of the season. Great job reading the QB's eyes and getting to the football.
Touch pass on the run. A most efficient pickup of 6 on first down. It's 2nd and 4. Notre Dame right back to the line. Receivers telling the quarterback what they see. On 2nd down, they'll take to the air. Trying to make magic with his feet. Nifty little scamper on this one. Enough for the first down, and he slides in safely.
You know, QBs want to make those big plays. They want to put up the big stats. But when nothing's there, sometimes you just tuck the ball, get a minimal gain. I like the slide, by the way, too. Get down and don't take a big hit.
Trying to find his man on first down. And he tries to get away, but he cannot. He's taken down. He'll lose a couple.
How about this defense? This defense is getting after the quarterback, making him feel uncomfortable. The 3rd sack of the day. Hard to have a good passing attack when your quarterback's trying to throw from the back.
They make the stop after a pickup of 3. Ball's at the 18.
You know, as a defense, you kind of want to force the give on the RPO. You want them to run the football, and you can tell maybe the quarterback wishes he pulled this. Small game, but some information you gathered maybe for the next time you get to run an RPO.
Receiver looks it in. It's complete. And the catch and run into the end zone. Touchdown, Fighting Irish.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, he gets you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback, wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. The sledding has been tough. Scores have been at a premium, Jesse, and every possession seems like it could switch the momentum of the game.
Yeah, Reese, for this offense, just feels like they just haven't been as physical. And for this offensive coordinator, David, he's having to go deep into the playbook just to try to generate a first down.
Well, and the good thing is there's not a ton of game pressure because the other side's not scoring either. But if you can find that one thing that get that one positive play, and then maybe you get those juices going, and something can start to build.
He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense. It's not just the dual threat guy. You go back to Dan Fouts or Bill Musgrave or even Justin Herbert, and passers not in short supply for the Ducks.
And when you think about the Ducks, you always think about the fancy uniforms. I think that's one of the first things that come to mind, but the guys you just named, it's been built on flash, but it's also been built on substance. Great players in their tradition, in their history. And just like now, just in recent history, Bo Nix, another one of those guys that's put up big numbers.
This has been a tight one. 3rd quarter, all tied up. It's now 2nd and 10. He's looking to throw. Pumps it downfield. Makes a connection. And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chains. So, Jesse, they're able to connect on the crossing route against the zone. You run that pattern against that coverage. What do you have to keep in mind?
Well, the receiver needs to know where the soft spot is in the defense so he can gear himself down. And the quarterback, Reese, has to play with great timing. Because if he's too early or too late on the throw, that might get picked.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. pulls and fires complete to the right. They get him on the ground, but it's a first down.
One of the things that makes this guy so dangerous is how good he is after the catch. If he's got any space around him, he's able to burst. He's able to make people miss and get extra yards for his offense. You saw it right there.
The Ducks will line it up on 1st and 10. A designed run for the quarterback. And a good, solid pickup there before the defense knocks him down. And on 2nd down for this offense. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
I love this linebacker because he's able to dissect what's happening in front of him, and he reacts downhill. He uses his speed to get to the line of scrimmage and create the negative play.
Tackled after picking up the first down.
Well, I don't know what the quarterback saw on that last play, but he made a pretty quick decision that he was just going to tuck it and run it, and his offensive coordinator is glad he did. How about this speed by the QB on that play?
Got some room, headed to the goal line. Touchdown, Ducks! And with that one, they jump on top here in the second half.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. And listen, a lot of times, touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
First down here for the offense. They'll try it over the left side. At the 35, he's open. Really nice pickup there as they have it out to the 34 with a first down.
That's the end of the third quarter. With the score, Oregon 14, Notre Dame 7.
Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Defense showing plenty of pre-snap movement of their own. Quick touch pass to the receiver.
Well, and on these little push passes, timing is so important. You're trying to snap it right as he's getting a full head of steam. When he gets the ball, he's hitting the outside, David. It puts the defense in such a difficult spot.
You immediately have to be rotating when you see that motion, so everybody's got to...
And that pass picked off. Trying to take it back. He's at the 20. And he's going to run it all the way back. Touchdown, Oregon.
Man, what a play by this defense. You're trying to get the ball back to your offense, trying to salt this game away and get the win. Not only do you create the turnover, you get the touchdown. Now you take a 2-score lead late in this ball game. This defense just stepped up in a big moment.
Fair catch, called for and made. Here come the Irish, back on offense. The big thing now, don't get rattled by that last pick six, David.
Nah, it was a big mistake. Obviously, the defense took advantage of it, but you got to put it behind you. Jesse, I'm sure you know a thing or two about throwing a pick six and how to rebound.
I believe I've only thrown one in my life, but yes, I do, because of that singular instance. I'll say this. You can't let that play beat you twice. You got to go out and not try to get it all back here in one play. Just execute the offense.
And he can't escape, and down he goes. The defense coming up big there, and the sack is great, but the secondary deserves some credit too.
No doubt. When you can cover like that in the secondary and drop back in your zone and only rush a few, and you feel comfortable getting home, and they're going to get to the quarterback, that is a great feeling, and it's fun to be a defensive coordinator calling the plays.
The lone back's got it. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. Notre Dame lines up quickly. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. He'll pull it down and run. And they did not let him get to that first down line. It'll bring up a call here.
Well, you could tell the QB, he drops back and he wants to throw the football. He wants to push it downfield, try to get the first down. Couldn't do it. Nobody was open, couldn't find anybody, took off to scramble. Great job by the defense reacting to it, getting him on the ground, stopping him short of the first down.
Down in the fourth quarter, it's too late for empty possessions. They'll go for it on fourth down. Quarterback changing the plays at the line. On fourth down, trying to find his man. Can't find his man. It'll be incomplete, and that is a heartbreaker this late in the game. Offense set on first down. They'll run it to keep this clock grinding.
I know exactly what I have to do here. Defensively, you've got to get the stop. So we're playing run. We're selling out to run because we're thinking they're going to run the football, and we got 3 timeouts. Let's use them wisely. Let's use those timeouts, save as much clock as we can so our offense has some time on the clock to do some damage when they get the football back.
This quarterback part of their running game. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. Even if they don't convert, picking up a few would give them a decision to make on fourth down. It's 3rd and long from the 45. From the gun, wants to pass. He uncorks one deep. And that one's incomplete. They were just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's fourth down. The Ducks will bring the punt team onto the field. Getting our first look of the afternoon at the punter. Hauls it in and looking upfield. They'll get him corralled and down at about the 19-yard line. First down here with time for maybe one more play until the 2-minute warning. They'll crank up this drive with a pass. We hit the 2-minute warning, and this offense is desperate to make something happen and do it in a hurry. Just couldn't find an open man. He'll get rid of it, and it'll be second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Looking to pass on second down. He wants a big play here late. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in.
Time is not on their side right now. They can't afford too many more incompletions like that. They need to come up with some connections, and they've got to score points. They've got to get this passing game going now.
It's caught downfield. Solid work and execution there. They'll have a first down as they mark it at the 40. Linebackers shuffling around, trying to keep the quarterback from getting a read. The back goes in motion. He'll just keep slinging it. Still on his feet. Just gets rid of the football. Nobody to throw it to. It'll be second down.
And that goes down as incompletion, but that's a smart play. And the QB coach and the OC will be very happy with the decision of the quarterback. He got outside the pocket. He obviously was he's outside the tackle boxes. He knew he could throw it away as long as he got it past the line of scrimmage. Nothing there, nothing open. Live to fight another down.
Now he's going to break the pocket. Nothing open downfield, so he'll just toss it away.
Good decision by the QB. You're outside the pocket. You're trying to find an open target. No one's open. Throw it away and live to play another day.
They've got some work to do on this 3rd and long from the 40. Wide out in motion. Quarterback will audible. On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. Getting some heat. And the pressure gets to him. Down goes the quarterback.
And it's been a long day for this offense. If you can't protect your quarterback, it's hard to be successful. That's the 5th sack they have given up. The offensive coordinator has no answers, and this defense has been flying.
It's incomplete, and they desperately needed to keep that drive going, and they couldn't make the connection. Great spot to start this drive for the offense. Here comes the option. He'll toss it. And they just didn't get anybody on that defense out of position, and they will lose yardage on that one. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. The play action fake. And the quarterback runs out of time, and down he goes at the 38. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on 3rd down. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. Oh, he's going to take a shot at the DB. And he makes the catch inside the 10. He's brought down, but he's got him inside the 10. 1st and goal from the 8. And that big gainer on the last one has them threatening from inside the 10. With the run on 1st and goal. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
How about the defender being a heat-seeking missile? He was on radar lock. He found the football and flew down with some bad intentions.
Had it in his hands for the score and let it fall to the turf. It'll be 3rd down. These fans trying to be like a 12th man on defense and help them get a stop. On 3rd and goal, they'll throw it. It's complete. And he will score. Touchdown, Ducks. Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. And the extra point splits the uprights, and they're up a full 3 touchdowns, a 21-point cushion in the 4th. The kickoff team on the field as they'll send this one away. He'll call for the fair catch here. Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. This offense has pretty much been stuck in the mud the entire game. It's been a frustrating performance, Jeff. He lets one fly deep. What a spectacular grab there as they try to finish this game with a little something to feel good about. Timeout called by the offense. Clock stopped with 21 seconds left. Quarterback checking the play. From the red zone, looking for a receiver. Sprinting to the line to try to get this one off. Clock's running. Wants to fire on 2nd down. Fires toward the end zone. What a snag by the defense. He'll go down right there, but what a big play to come up with that turnover. After this, it'll be a wrap. Corners are going to bail. Off play action on 1st down. Got his man on the right. And that will be the final play as the clock strikes 0 here. We waited so long to start the season, and just the way you want to start, getting that first victory.
And the first games are so much fun. You've been practicing against each other over and over all through camp. Now you get to come out, start the season off 1-0, Jesse. Great start.
It was a great start for the winning team. Now, for the losing team, obviously not the way you want to get into this season. There were some mistakes with execution, and guys are going to have to do a better job individually. But that's why you play the games. You get to now go back to the drawing board, get back on the practice field, try and